Welcome to Integrity Car Sales and Rentals, wheelchair vehicle specialist with the head office in Sydney, Australia. This is a 2006 Toyota Estima. It has an amazing range of disability features which we are going to show you. But firstly, it has a metallic silver exterior with black trim and a beige interior with dark grey, silver and wood grain dash. It has radio and reverse camera, and Integrity can install a touchscreen stereo system with GPS and Bluetooth if required. It has hand controls for acceleration and braking, a vehicle spinner knob on the steering wheel, plus stereo volume and mode controls. It has a rear parking sensor and adaptive front lighting systems. 2 electric sliding doors are in the middle of the car, and the rear boot has a remote control for opening and closing. The rear 3 seats electrically fold forward and slide back perfectly into a cavity in the boot, which creates a large flat rear boot space. They can operate individually, so the left seat can lower and the right seat remain upright if required, and vice versa. The middle left side passenger seat is a turnout transfer seat. Operated by a button on the bottom left side of the chair, the seat sits on an electric arm, which in one motion turns the seat 90 degrees, extends it out and beyond the vehicle, and then lowers it to a position above the ground. The seat can accommodate a passenger of up to 100 kilograms. The accessibility features are not aftermarket. They'll put into the vehicle when the vehicle is manufactured in the Toyota factory. You can stop the seat at whatever point you want and transfer into a wheelchair. And I'm sure you'll do this a lot more skillfully than we can. The transfer seat can be put back into the vehicle, and here you can see in reverse how it lifts up, turns and moves backwards into its original position. The Estima is a Japanese version of the Australian Tarago. They are essentially the same vehicle. This Estima is a 2.4 litre 4-cylinder petrol automatic, and like most Toyotas, they are flexible in their design. The centre chair behind the driver's seat slides forwards and backwards for extra leg room and to allow access to the rear. They have lots of storage places for drinks, phones, bags and anything else you may need. The driver's seat has a side part attachment. It's a small black seat affixed to a sturdy metal frame, which the wheelchair passenger can pretty easily take off and put on, as you can see. The wheelchair passenger can then transfer and sit on the attached seat in order to prepare the wheelchair to go into the travel pod above. A switch on the right side of the steering wheel operates the roof travel pod, turns it to the right 90 degrees. An aluminium automatic loading platform with a protective material lowers, and this acts to help raise the wheelchair into the pod. Once this is in its correct position, a winch is also activated to lower from inside the pod. Once the winch has lowered, it can be securely wrapped around the body of the wheelchair. The wheelchair can then be secured onto the winch. And once this is done, there's a switch on the dash which can be activated to raise the wheelchair up towards the pod. The wheelchair passenger is at the perfect position to safely aid and guide the raising of the wheelchair. Once the wheelchair is at the height of the platform, it will lift the wheelchair cleanly into the pod. It's pretty cool to watch, and it's perfectly executed. Once the wheelchair is inside the pod, it will then turn 90 degrees back to its original position on the roof. When it is completely turned, the driver can then transfer backwards onto the seat and lift the seat attachment inside. The indoor buttons on the roof operate side doors to open and close, and the rear boot to open and close also. So this vehicle seats 2 in front, 2 in the middle and 3 seats in the rear. For more information on this vehicle, you can call 1300 WellCab to speak to one of our friendly staff, or visit www.icsar.com.au.